Hi guys, before jumping into another process video, I just wanted to walk you through some of it's kind of a sketchbook as one of those folder thingies, just to kind of show you the progression of my abstract art recently. This was the piece that inspired this new style that I'm kind of embracing at the moment. This is one that I found when I was doing my childhood art series, so exploring artwork that I created throughout the years at school and before that. This one I think was in A levels or might even have been GCSE age, but yeah, so this then inspired the next piece, this one, which I really like. It reminds me of some other pieces I've done with the color combinations. It didn't turn out how I had expected it would or hoped it would. It was a little bit different to the piece I was responding to, but I still like it overall. I was using the Catalyst like silicone wedge to do this, so it's got these like smoother lines around the edges of the strokes rather than a little bit more jagged in the original piece that I was responding to. And then this was another one using the same technique but different color palette. And then these two, I don't think we need to zoom out, but these two are just some random pieces that I did, but I really love the color palette of this one. I didn't end up filming this one unfortunately, but I filmed this one, so that should be up on my channel somewhere. Yeah, I really love this. Don't love this so much. I think it's just the color palette that I love of this and the sort of smaller details, so I might try and do something using this color palette again but in a different style. This was a very basic piece using one color and white basically, and then I tried doing some mixed media stuff and just had a bit of a messy play, and I actually love how that turned out. I got out the neo colors, so I might do some more of that. And then these two are a bit random. Love the colour palette, hate the composition, hate the brush strokes, hate everything about this other than the colour palette. And then this one, I don't know what I was thinking that day. Yeah, I think just kind of threw up on the page there. This was one that I just kept randomly working into. It's quite simple, but I kind of like it. I don't love the colour palette. Yeah, that was just like a quick experiment. And then again, this one, just another experiment, but I'm not seeing like a style develop with this one. And then this one is just random as heck, but I really like how bright and colourful it is, but it's not a style that I think I want to continue to explore. And then I think this is where things start to get really interesting. This is where I use the cardboard technique, which I had actually used in the original piece that I found from my childhood, and it turned out so much better than my previous attempts to recreate the childhood piece. I love the colour palette of this one. I just love how this turned out, and on the same day I then ended up doing this one, which again I love the colour palette, but I don't think it ended up working because I didn't add enough detail. I think with this one I gave up a bit too soon because I wanted to have dinner, and so there's too many large areas in it, and I think I like it where it's a bit more smaller details, but I don't hate it. And then this is another recent one where I was using my paddle brush. I love how this turned out. It's not my favourite colours, although my mum loves this. I love the composition, I love the technique, I love how these brush strokes look. I think the only thing is this kind of yellowy green I don't love so much, but I was so happy with this, how this turned out, that I did another one, and I really like this one as well. The composition I don't like as much, but love the colour palette. I just love how it looks overall. And so in this video you're going to see another attempt at creating something using this technique, but trying a different composition. I watched a YouTube video about abstract compositions, and there were some suggestions in there for different like compositions you can do in abstract artwork. And obviously I've done like vertical and sort of done have I done? I guess depends which way you hold this up as to whether it's horizontal or vertical. But in today's piece I'm going to do a diagonal piece, and I also want to try one that's kind of radiating out, so that will either be in this video too or in the next video. So yeah, I'm excited to get painting.